Well, I got a crazy, crazy update. Some information I found out. And this is doing with the nine realms, the nine dimensions, and the nine oaks, and the owls. I found out this yesterday. I was going to put it up yesterday, but there was more information coming in, so I had to wait. And so, this is nuts. This is crazy. Because this is going to explain a lot of things that people have been feeling for a very, very long time. So, what I understood was there was two locked dimensions, not one. I already talked about that one locked dimension, but there was another one that was locked. And it was the magic dimension, right? The psi dimension that I talk about. If you watch my earlier videos, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And what I found out was that this dimension was locked, and the only way to get to it was this dimension was in, it kept on mentioning to me time and a year. And this year that I didn't understand at first, but now I do. Totally, it's crazy. That the lock on this dimension, or the time lock on this dimension, was the year 2012. And what had happened was the owl interdimensional race put this dimension in lock in the year 2012. Now, I was trying to figure out why this happened, and what kept coming up was a divergence in time. Now, this divergence in time is the thing was, I knew that this was supposed to take place a long time ago, that this shit was all supposed to be over. We weren't supposed to be doing this right now. We're not supposed to be living this right now. That's what I knew this before 2012, but I knew that there was going to be some sort of reset or something, but I never understood it. Now I understand it, that they locked this magic dimension in the 2012, and the owl race went in there to hide from the good guys. And so what they did was they locked it in, hidden in there, this interdimensional race, that's what they are, and locked it in the year 2012 in a pause, frozen state, some sort of weird thing. I don't understand all of it. But I do understand that the reason they did this because they knew their fate, and their fate was going to be done, and they escaped their fate by doing this. Now, what happened was, from my understanding, is when they did this, there was a divergence. It's not a timeline thing. It might be explained as a timeline thing. The closest thing it mentioned to me, which was really odd, was there's a movie, a show about it now, and it was a video game, and it had to do with Fallout. And I started understanding that in that, I know it sounds stupid, but this is what it is, and things are let out in the world this way. Stories, even in games and movies and everything, that there was a divergence, a split, where we kept going. This diverged from what was supposed to happen in 2012. And now we're living this diverged timeline. And but everything's locked. Nobody went back in time and changed anything like Mandela effect. It's not like that. It just means that we are not supposed to be doing this right now, but because of what this owl interdimensional race did, they screwed it all up and made this time happen to prolong things. So this would explain why so many people think, some people say the Earth, in 2012 we all died and went into this alternate reality. That's not what happened. What happened was everything was paused. Everything was supposed to end in 2012. The owls were supposed to be taken out back then, this interdimensional race, by the good guys. But they cheated. They were able to change their fate and get away from this. And now that's why everybody has this feeling that there's just something wrong. Everybody feels like ever since 2012, everybody's been feeling like we're not supposed to be doing this. This is not supposed to be happening. And this is an unconscious thing that everyone knows, right? And I was like, wow, this is some crazy, crazy shit. And it explains so much. Now, this is what's occurred. Since the discovery of the 2012 thing, and since the one's light and all this other stuff, it said the good guys are now in that dimension. They got to that dimension 2012, that's when it's locked in, and they got in there, and now there's a battle going on in there with the owl race. Now, understanding how this works is we still have the 9 Oaks, which are basically this owl interdimensional race's dogs. They're guard dogs, and some of them are people, and some of them are other things, and they're guarding. They've been running the world since the owls have been in this place. The owls still can do things to do things here, right? But that was their place to do it from, right? They hid in this dimension, locked in that time period, which is, it's like slowing down, freezing time, or some weird shit like that in that dimension. Yeah, I know it was a lot for me to grasp and a lot for me to take in when I heard all this stuff, but it makes a lot of sense in the fact that, it's in my gut. I feel this to be true. Like, it's like, because I've always felt like this should have been, we're not living the right timeline. But I never believed in the Mandela effect. And every time I asked about it says, no, there's no Mandela effect. That's just things people believe in, and they change things, and it's online stuff, and they're trying to fool everybody in that shit. But the part about actually feeling like there's something wrong with the world and with the time, and that a lot of people feel like they're living in the wrong time. Well, yeah, because this was not supposed to happen. It's, we were supposed to be done with this. This was supposed to be over already. But this interdimensional race tricked and cheated, basically. Put a cheat on it. So, still got to deal with the 9 Oaks, because they're still hitting me. They're still brainwashed. They just, everything I hear about them, they're just trained dogs, it says. Trained dogs doing what they're told. And they have no clue that they're wrong. So, but yeah, I wanted to get that out there because it's some crazy stuff, and I wanted to tell what I know, and I want to keep everybody updated on what's going on. And you can believe me, you don't have to believe me. But this time thing, this magic dimension, how it's frozen in that time period, it's pretty crazy. But that's what I got. That's all the information I got. I was going to put it up yesterday, but I wanted to make sure everything I heard was correct, and plus I found out more information about it today, because yesterday I only found out the time period, and today was when I found out that that's where this owl interdimensional race was hiding and working from. So there you go. Take what you will with that. I know it's some crazy shit. I'm pretty tired. It's pretty late. But I wanted to make this video, get it out there for you guys, and, you know, maybe it'll feel right in your heart. You'll feel it in your gut that this is why everybody's feeling that this is the wrong time period. This is like an alternate timeline. And that's the reason why.